coaches in corporate health. A question I often get asked by other health coaches is proposal writing. How do I write a proposal? What goes into a proposal? What do I say? What's important? What do I need to communicate? What do I charge? So there's a lot of different components that make up a proposal. And in my opinion, proposal writing is really important because this is the agreement that's going to get you across the line in getting the contract with the organisation, in getting the contract with the client. So if you have all your information in that proposal and you have a really good argument as to the solution to their problem, and you produce a really professional proposal, then that's really going to put you in stead in getting you across the line, in getting that contract, and getting that client, in earning those funds for your services that you provide. So proposal writing is a really important thing to get right. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. So if you're here joining me live, let me know that you're there. Say good day. Let me know where you are tuning in from. I'm just checking in on my device here to see if I can see any questions that pop up, and I will answer them, easier to answer them at the end. So let's jump into it. I just want to share with you just wanted to share with you today, bear with me as I'm sharing my screen, my proposal writing PowerPoint. Here we are. So proposal writing, and I might just jump in. There we go, that's fine. So proposal writing, that's what we're going to be talking about today. What we're going to cover is, what is a proposal? What do we need to communicate? And then I'm going to actually break down a proposal for you so you can see all the different components that need to go into it. So there's a lot of different styles. There's a lot of different ways to do this, but I want to give you the main points that you really need to get across when you put your proposal together for your client. So what is a proposal? So proposal is simply, it's that written agreement or document that is attempting to persuade your prospect to adopt this solution to the problem that they have. So within an organisation with a client, there is some problem with the health and the well-being. There is some issue within that organisation that you have the solution for. So you want to formulate that in a package of a proposal to demonstrate how you're going to solve their problem with your services, which is the solution. So it can be prepared internally where the proposal seeks to fill an organisational need or solve a problem, essentially. And there's many different problems that you may come across within an organisation. So how does your service, how does your solution fit into that? And how is that going to overcome their problem? This is what the client, this is what the organisation will want to understand is one, that you're going to solve their problem. What are the outcomes that they're going to get, but how are you going to do that? So that's all formulated in that package of a proposal. So what do you need to communicate in a proposal? As I said, there's many different ways to formulate this proposal, but there is a certain number of things that really need to go into the proposal. So number one is the executive summary. The executive summary is simply going to be sitting at the front, and that's going to be a quick overview of the whole program proposal so that your client doesn't have to read through the whole thing. They can get at a glimpse in that executive summary a really clear understanding of how this program and proposal will roll. Then you want to go into breaking down the program components. I'm going to jump into each of these topics and explain them a little bit further in detail. You want to also provide what are the expected results or outcomes that this program will achieve. What is the program investment? Better to use the word investment as in a program cost, because it is an investment. There is going to be a return on investment. Yes, there is an outlay up front, but the funds and the finances and the solution that you will provide with your program, there will be a return on investment. So spending money on the staff is ultimately an investment in their business. Agreement confirmation, that's another terminology for contract, and facilitator information. So this is going to be information about you, because you are essentially the program, so you've got to sell yourself. Okay, so executive summary. So this should be done at the very end, but it should be at the very beginning. So the executive summary is basically the short documentation of information that gives an overview of the entire proposal. So it summarizes the longer report or proposal, and it helps the reader to rapidly become acquainted with the large body of material without having to read it all. I've never actually had this happen when I've given a program proposal. I find that they will usually go through the whole program, but if they're very time poor, perhaps there needs to be a sign off by CEO or management. They might just want to read the executive summary, get a quick overview, get a quick understanding and go, yes, this is exactly what we need. This is the right thing for us. So it's best to leave the executive summary doing it until the end, once you've put the whole proposal together, and then read through your proposal and then basically summarize everything in that executive summary at the beginning so they can get that quick overview. Trust this makes sense. Next is you want to jump into the program components. So what are the components that are going to provide the benefits of the program, the outline objectives and those expected outcomes? You can go into further detail about the services that you're going to provide, the purpose of each service, its length, who it's for, the expected outcomes. But the program components is the breakdown of what you're going to deliver, but particularly what's in it for them. That's what your client is really most interested in. They're not so much interested in the exact how turning parts. They're really interested in those benefits, those outcomes, the value that you're going to provide in delivering this program. The more benefits and outcomes that you can list that is solving their initial problem is going to be the biggest gift. It's like you handing them a gift. I'm going to come in and I'm going to solve your problem, and these are the outcomes, these are the benefits. For example, some outcomes may be we're going to reduce staff turnover, we're going to reduce the sick leave, we're going to increase productivity through healthier, more energetic staff, we're going to reduce the stress so that staff aren't leaving on stress leave and they're more focused. So there's can be a whole realm of benefits. They can be tangible, meaning they can be quantifiable and measurable, and they can be intangible. It might be feelings, emotions, things that are more difficult to kind of measure. So you want to see if you can communicate those outcomes and those benefits, because that's going to be a really massive selling point in your proposal to get them across the line to agree to move forward with your program and your proposal. Expected results. I always like to list these separately, exactly what I expect that the organisation, that the client will achieve. So provide a list of the expected outcomes and results that should be achieved throughout the program. This is really important information because the client wants to know what's in it for them. They want to know what they're getting for their investment. So the more value you can show, the more likely your client will be willing to invest their money in you. So I like to keep it sort of simple, sometimes just dot points or tick, you're going to achieve this, 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 and this. So all that information, because that's what they want, that's the attraction, that's what they're wanting to move towards, is those outcomes. And of course, when you've heard, when you've had that communication, when you heard from them, when you understand exactly what they want to achieve, you want to achieve what's important to them, what is most important to them. If reducing the stress in their organisation is of paramount importance, then obviously you're wanting to focus on that and list that. There might be other things that are of less importance that you can deliver upon, but really focus where the organisation needs to go, what they want to achieve, and what is most important to them, because that is going to help them make the decision on whether to go ahead with your program proposal or not. And then listing the program investment. As I said before, it's an investment, it's not a cost, and you don't want to utilize the terminology cost, because psychologically that can be implied as it's going to cost them money, it's going to be a debit, where actually it's in an investment. And you want to be able to show them how you can get that return on investment. So the investment breakdown is the program component breakdown and showing what they're going to get for each component of the program. So for example, you're going to run a series of workshops and you're going to be doing some one-on-one coaching. So you want to break down those workshops, the cost of the workshops, and also then itemize the cost of the one-on-one coaching. You want to ensure that you cover everything and provide that you're showing them maximum value. So I will, within my investment, I will add things in that are of little consequence to me, but I add them in as an added value, and then I put against it $0. So when the organisation is looking at it going, oh, we're getting that for free and we're getting that for free, and they're things that I would ordinarily do, but I implement them within the program proposal to show that I'm giving added value. So the program investment costings of the program, you may need to design the investment into a monthly retainer. So depending on how you work, I itemize my costings and then I will invoice monthly for that month of delivery of services. And I do that in advance of every month. Another way of doing it is to have an entire program cost and then put it on a retainer. So say it's over, $60,000 over 6 months. You might then just say, oh, it's, $10,000 a month. So there's different ways of charging or invoicing the client. You just got to figure out what's right for you, what's right for them, what's going to work for everybody. So the investment breakdown is an important part. You want to be able to show your clients that you can add a great amount of value here. Then the agreement confirmation is the next component. So this is the contract that you want to be really clear, state any disclaimers, have a place for you to sign, your client to sign with dates. So it's simply the agreement between you and the client in regards to what you've stipulated in the proposal. Obviously, you don't want to put something in the proposal that you can't deliver upon. You've got to be confident and assured that what you've said in the proposal, what the outcomes and the benefits are that your service and program will deliver, needs to be guaranteed to be delivered upon, so that you're maintaining maximum satisfaction by the clients when they're seeing and getting those outcomes and seeing those benefits. They're like, yeah, this is working. This is well worth our investment in this health coach. So agreement confirmation, there's a whole lot of different ways, again, that you can do this. I keep mine very simple with a few simple disclaimers, but you can hire a lawyer to do a whole, grandeur contract if that's what it requires. It's just dependent upon the client that you're working with and the needs that are required at that point in time. But it's important that you get a confirmation. I like to see confirmation in writing, because it's not only a understanding of what you're going to deliver, it's also an understanding of what they're going to pay you for the delivery of the services. And again, psychologically, when we sign a contract, we are committing to it. We're in agreement with it. Yes, we're going to do this. So we're going to then take action upon that. So agreement confirmation is a very important component of a proposal. And then last but not least is facilitator information. This is information about you as the health coach, a brief biography about past experiences. Other clients are really good. So I like to list some clients that I've worked with and some outcomes that we've reached for those clients. Your basic contact details so they're able to get in communication and contact with you. So that's pretty simplistic. So that is it. I was just thinking I'd just quickly share with you. This is a really old proposal, but you can see here I've listed who the proposal's for, and then what's going to be in this proposal. I've listed exactly the executive summary. So this is simply just for a workshop. So I do proposals for a 12-month massive program. I do program proposals even just for a one-off workshop. This is a one-off workshop. So in the executive summary, I've given some information about the overview of this proposal, the scope of it. The logistics, this goes into further detail about the actual workshop itself. There's a little bit of work before, there's the actual workshop, and then there's a bit of post-workshop delivery. And then I've given the information about some other clients that I've worked with. I've given information about myself and who I am, my qualifications and expertise. Some referees if they want to get some further information on, my work. I've left a testimonial, the schedule of fees. So that was a half-day workshop for $5,500, and then the program proposal acceptance. So we could both sign and date that proposal, and that's it. And so that was just for a half-day workshop. So you can see that the program proposal is well worth doing. It looks really professional when you deliver that to a client, whether it be just for a workshop, whether it be for a massive program that you might have with an organisation. And it's really up to you how you want to design it. You can make it beautiful on Canva, you can make it pretty simplistic like that one was. I'm just going to jump in and see if there is any questions or anything. I'm just about to jump onto a podcast in a moment, so I just want to get ready for that. Lisa Kelly's love heart. Hey Lisa, if you're watching. So I don't see any questions. If you watch a replay, hashtag replay. I hope this is of value to you today. If you want to learn any more, reach out to me and I'm happy to share with you one of my program proposals to help guide you. As always, stay healthy. Next week, we're going to be doing a Health Coaches in Corporate Health interview with Philip Wolf. So looking forward to that. And I hope everyone's smashing in business. Okay, everyone, stay healthy. Bye for now.